This is the scorching heat of American support for Ukrainian troops. Forging steel for those all-important 155mm shells. The pressure is on here at the plant in Scranton, Pennsylvania, to increase production.
As the robot is taking the billets out and placing it onto the conveyor, so you can see that entire process right here.
A modernization drive of the plant began in 2021, even before Russia invaded Ukraine.
Now we're starting to see the fruits of that labor in the increased parts that we put through the facility on a monthly basis. But that's a long-term plan that we're beginning to execute.
To make more 155mm rounds, the US Army announced a nearly $1.5 billion investment boost earlier this year. This should fund a new factory in Texas and contracting production in Canada. At the moment, this plant in Scranton is the biggest in the US. It's operated by General Dynamics. Currently, this plant produces 11,000 of these 155mm rounds per month. Over the next 5 years, the US is set to increase output sixfold to replenish own stockpile and supply allies. These shells will all go to the US military. Some are then delivered to those allies like Ukraine. But the increased production is also designated for American forces.
If you want to prepare for a potential conflict with China, well, then you need a very different and far larger and much more, if you like, Cold War scaled domestic military industrial complex to supply you with the very large amounts of ammunition that we see are necessary in this kind of warfare.
Overall, it's a money-spinning project for weapons-making firms.
This is going to make some arms or ammunition manufacturers a lot of revenue. There's no doubt about that. But, that is the nature of, if you like, defense budgets.
These empty shells will later be packed with explosives, ready to be fired from a howitzer. Steel turned into weapons of war.